onto the pot like this and lift the hot pot
I'm
off the top of
still
the
not
stove.
sure how to use this
You've got a pie
jar of
pan
rice,
in the oven.
but I like it.
Get your hold of the pie pan like this. Why, you couldn't get it off with a team of horses. This will positively lift 100 pounds. There's a pail of water weighs 50 or 60 pounds. That's the way you pick it up. But there's one more tool. I'll be all through and I'll be finished. Oh, now the next tool and the last one is what they call the Sarah Bernhardt cutter. This was invented by the head chef of the Imperial Hotel in the city of Berlin, Germany. You place the screw into the center of the vegetable. Twist the vegetable until the threads catch a hold, then you wind this up. You keep winding until you utilize the whole potato. The faster you turn, the quicker the slices. Why, ladies, here's a machine for slicing onions. The first onion that you slice with this cutter, you'll bless the day you've got a hold of it. Every slice cut exactly the same thickness. Every slice cut the same size. In making what they call a rosette, pull the vegetable out like this. Pin the ends together with a toothpick. Drop that potato into the hot fat and fry it. That will come out like a donut, golden brown. If you're serving a nice fish dinner, a little parsley goes in the center with the fish all around it. Makes a very appetizing dish. Did you ever try to slice onions with a knife? You know how you get one thick slice and one thin slice? Run the knife through the center. That will separate each slice individual. Almost like magic, there is every slice cut exactly the same thickness and the same size. Wouldn't you like to have a set like this in your kitchen? Why, of course you would. Now don't forget, attend this theater every week and receive this 12-piece fascinating... Ladies and gentlemen, the management of this theater takes great pleasure in making this announcement. To each lady attending this theater each week, will receive absolutely free a fascinating 12-piece kitchen cutlery set, one piece each time. It is really interesting and amazing to know how you can prepare your meals in an appetizing and pleasing manner. There's an old saying, and a true one, that what is pleasing to the eye is bound to be pleasing to the appetite. I'm going to demonstrate this set to you, and I want you to watch it very closely. The first cutter that I'm going to show you, now this first one is known as the Parisian cutter. Wind it through the potato like a corkscrew. When the cutter appears on the opposite side, pull the cutter out. Place the handle in the center and twist it out. This is what they call a French curl. When you fry these, they come out like donuts, nice and brown. Serve them with your steaks or pot roast them. Unwind it, there's two curls out of the one potato. Tomorrow morning for breakfast, wind a little strip of bacon around the potato and serve them with bacon and eggs. They're delicious. Different colored vegetables, wind them together and you get the two colors. Here's a little trick cut. Split the curl halfway through the center. If you're making a shrimp salad and you happen to run short of shrimp, mix these in with the regular shrimp. Upon my word, you couldn't tell the difference until you start to eat 'em. Now the rest of the potato, you stuff it. We'll call this a little chicken. We'll call this here some hamburger. You might have a little meat that's been laying in the ice box for a few days. Chop the meat up fine, season it highly, stuff it into the center of the potato and bake them with the skins on. When they're done, cut them in two. Serve them on the half shell, just like that. Serve them in slices when company calls. The more company you have, the thinner you cut the slices. If your mother-in-law calls, give her a beak piece like that. Now, the second tool in the set is known as the garnishing knife. Everything you cut with this must come out fancy. Watch this, please. You cut down, you turn the potato, and then you cut through the edge. First one way, and then the other. Sweet potatoes cut like this. Drop them into a little batter of pancake flour and fry them. When they're golden brown, sprinkle molasses on them. Serve them with strips of bacon for breakfast while they're delicious. Here's beets, you pickle them, and carrots, you steam or cream them. In making the original French fried potato, cut them in thick slices. Put them one on top of each other. Cross-cut the slices, and you'll never eat a French fry any other way. The potatoes cut like this will not absorb the fat because they're garnished around. Pineapples cut for your pineapple and cheese salad, cut them the same way. Here is one, and this is a dandy. Cuts any thickness or any size. Open it for a thick slice, close to the top for a thin slice. Saratoga chips, you can make them for 3 or 4 pennies a pound. Just pull the blade towards you like this. If you want the slices thicker than this, open the blade, there's a thick slice. Shoestrings for your Friday fish dinner, cut them down like this. Chop them up for your vegetable soup. What this knife is really intended for is for cutting the cabbage. You know the old-fashioned board, how you rip and tear, sometimes nipping the ends off your fingers. Lay it flat and pull it lightly towards you over the cabbage. The weight of the knife across the cabbage is all that's necessary. Why, ladies, when you get slaw cut as fine as this, you'll certainly appreciate eating it. The crowning feature of the set is the cutter that I'm going to show you now. This is known as the Champeen Vegetable Mincing Knife and Noodle Cutter. Now, when you want to make some real fine noodles at home, you roll the dough out like this. Dip this into a little flour so it doesn't stick to the dough, and as you roll it over the dough, that will cut the noodles in long strips, 10 at a time. Did you ever try to chop up a little nuts for cake? Why, I've seen ladies chop nuts and the nuts land up on the ceiling. Sometimes you chop the ends off your fingers. When you want to chop up a little nuts for cake, cooked meat, clams for chowder, soup greens to throw into your soup, making a little pepper or chicken hash is just a few strokes rolling it up and down. Why, here is without a doubt the meanest thing in the world to cut parsley. Put that in a grinder, you really grind it too fine. This machine, instead of crushing the parsley, cuts it quick, clean, and dry, leaving every bit of the juice and every bit of the flavor. Now, to clean this machine, you press the button. Rinse it out in a little water. When you're through using it, hang it up and let it dry. Here's one here that every lady should have in her home, known as the Parisian scoop. You lay it flat, once to the right, once to the left. When you scoop them out, you'll get a perfect round little ball. You can pot roast these, cut them out of cheese or cut them out of butter. When you're serving a fruit cocktail in the summertime, take your fresh cantaloupe, scoop them out like this, mix them with apples, pears, and watermelons, makes a delicious fruit cocktail served with a little cracked ice like you see here. But here is a tool, ladies, if you ever do get it, you'll thank the day you've seen this demonstration. When you press, it locks. It's like a pair of human hands. Reach in the oven and take the biscuits out of the oven. Ever take the hot potatoes out of the oven and burn yourself on the elbow? A roast chicken out of the oven, a piece of meat out of the pot, spinach, asparagus out of the water. Why, around canning season, when you're preserving the fruits, to take the hot fruit jars out of the water like that, that machine is worth dollars to you. And here's another one that I really know you'll enjoy having in your kitchen, known as the safety grater. No doubt you're familiar with the old-fashioned grater. I've seen ladies take a grater and rip the knuckles off. When you want to grate up potatoes for delicious potato pancakes, this has a smooth, flat edge, impossible to cut yourself. Just like you were washing clothes, you rub it up and down, and you really grate your vegetables real fine, retaining all the flavors and all the juices. Breadcrumbs for when you're serving veal cutlets or anything like that. You want a little breadcrumbs to fry your fish in? Why, there's the greatest proposition in the world. Use that for coconut, cheese, or horseradish. When you're through with it, just heat it down like that. That knocks all the food out. Rinse it out in a little water and hang it up and let it dry. Now here is a stone made of carborundum and sapphire quartz, which is made purposely to keep these knives sharp. When they get dull, a few strokes over the edge like this, and you can put a keen cutting edge on it. If you have a dull knife or a dull pair of scissors, an old sickle or a scythe, a lawnmower, cleaver, an axe, there's a tool that will really put an edge on the knife so the knife will really cut for you. I just want to give you an idea of how sharp that knife really is when you sharpen it with that stone. Ladies, I've seen some of you try to open up cans. Now, there's a can of Campbell's baked beans. I've seen ladies open up a can and you poke a hole in it, go round the top, hippity-hop, and your finger slips. Let me show you a real proposition. Look, lay it on the can, lift up the safety, and turn the key. That locks itself on the can. No harder than you were winding up your watch. Wind up the key and that'll cut the top off of the can slick and smooth. Notice how the end raises itself up in the air so you can lift the lid off, giving you a clean, smooth edge. Now that can be used for sardine cans, square cans or round cans, exactly the same way. Now this tool here, my dear friends, needs no introduction. This will save you on an average of $20 to $30 every year you use it as a peeling knife. Here's a grater for cheese, coconut, or horseradish, a fish scaler for scaling your fish, and when you're coring your apple, it's just a slight twist of the wrist, and there's the apple core. There's one more tool that I want you to see, and I want you to watch this one very closely. Many a times when you're baking a pie, you have a pudding in the oven. I've seen ladies wrap a towel around your hand, and many a times you burn your fingers. Hook this onto the pot like this and lift the hot pots off the top of the stove. You've got a pie pan in the oven. Catch a hold of the pie pan like this. Why, you couldn't get it off with a team of horses. This will positively lift 100 pounds. There's a pail of water weighs 50 or 60 pounds. That's the way you pick it up. But there's one more tool. I'll be all through and I'll be finished. Oh, now the next tool and the last one is what they call the Sarah Bernhardt cutter. This was invented by the head chef of the Imperial Hotel in the city of Berlin, Germany. You place the screw into the center of the vegetable. Twist the vegetable until the threads catch a hold, then you wind this up. You keep winding until you utilize the whole potato. The faster you turn, the quicker the slices. Why, ladies, here's a machine for slicing onions. The first onion that you slice with this cutter, you'll bless the day you've got a hold of it. Every slice cut exactly the same thickness. Every slice cut the same size. In making...
Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? National Quesadilla Day. Gonna be making flour tortillas. I've done that several times here on stream. Gonna be doing just lard and flour, AP flour, little baking powder. We'll get started on that first, and then that'll allow it to rest before we roll them out. Gonna caramelize at least a couple of these apples. I got a good bounty of tomatoes and apples here from the backyard. So, although this is probably going to be the biggest haul that I do. I've done a couple of smaller ones before this, but this is probably pretty much it this year. Anyways, get into caramelizing apples, and so we'll be doing 2 quesadillas. I have steak that I already sous vide cooked. This is a flat iron steak that I'm going to sear later. So this is cooked, ice bathed, and then thrown in the fridge overnight. And we'll give it the final sear to heat it back up. Get that nice outside to it. It's still packed up in there with all the same marinade juices and all that good stuff. So that should be great. I'm going to pair that with, I've got a block of Monterey cheese. And then dessert will be, we'll do 2-3 quesadillas here. The 1 or 2 of the savory ones, and 1 dessert one here with caramelized apples, some cinnamon, some spice, like cinnamon, nutmeg, whatever I can think of throwing in there real quick, and white chocolate, since I have it around from Wednesday. I do apologize for anyone joining in. Thank you, Nanometer. That was watching last stream. I was telling everyone what I'm going to be doing on Sunday, except I was saying I was going to be doing it today. So, oh well, that's going to be on Sunday. I'm going to be doing chocolate milk braised chicken with chili noodles and chocolate milk pie. So let's get started with our tortillas. Yeah, the flowers I got as usual at the Wednesday farmers market. Only need a couple of large tortillas here, so I'll do 2 cups of flour. Let's see here. Lard. I think we've got this one done. Seems like got all sorts of help for this map. A little baking powder, a little salt. Make sure our refrigerator door is closed. And it's got, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's got lard all over it, so not throwing that in there. And if any of you guys are a big Stream Raiders fan, they are having their briefing or update right now on their Twitch channel. They're getting really close now to moving out of beta. So we'll mix all of this lard in with the flour, and then we'll add cup and a half of, probably around a cup of water here. Bring this together in a dough. Give it a little bit of a knead, and then we'll let it rest. Okay. Actually, we'll just eyeball it out of this. This is filtered refrigerated water, and I just refilled it, so it's the last of the real cold water I have right now anyways. Though I did conveniently empty out and clean my ice machine here yesterday with having to ice down that steak. It's in a marinade with soy sauce, red wine vinegar, not balsamic, Worcestershire, and olive oil. Little onion and garlic powder. No salt in there yet. You have the soy anyways. And no pepper. Pretty nice day out today. Pretty clear out there too. No real smoke or anything. Actually, we haven't had much smoke for a little while now. But nice looking day out there. So we'll give this one last little fold up here. Make sure it all gets combined, because it obviously isn't. Give this a little bit of a knead here. Seems to be working pretty well here. And Nice having that Stream Raiders timer on there, so I can just use that for proper kneading time or. Okay, we'll let that rest in the fridge. No room in my fridge. Let's take out a couple of these backyard apples here. Welcome, Raiders. Yes, dessert quesadilla. We're going to be doing, actually I'm just getting started on first part of that. I just needed the flour and lard dough for our tortillas. And apples I'm going to oh, why won't you work? There we go. So I'm going to caramelize these apples, which I grabbed out of my backyard here. Let's do at least one of each of them here. Let's grab one of these guys too. He's got a nice bloom on him. And I'm going to wash most of that off. Well, I believe this guy and this guy are Gravensteins, which are famous for the area here in Sonoma County. These guys I'm not 100% sure on. And this guy I'm not sure on either, but I want to say this one's a Rose. Thank you for the follow. So what were we doing today, Velvet Melody? What were we streaming? Welcome. And for any of you guys joining unfamiliar, welcome. I'm Jason. I cook here on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I start here at 4:30, so we're just getting started. And been doing so a little over a year, although I've just been here on Twitch for a little over 3 months, formerly streaming on Mixer. So I've had a warm welcome here and enjoying it so far. You'll see a long list of upcoming dates here in my About section down below. Thank you for the follow, Error. Thank you for the follow, Rutella. Honey Crisps. You mean the cereal Honey Crisp? Not my favorite. Oh, the apples? Yeah, I'm indifferent to Honey Crisp. They're okay, quick grab and snack. They're not really great at anything. They're sort of okay for everything. Pineapple on pizza. I'm sort of indifferent about pineapple on pizza. I have more of a problem with people trying to replace the tomato sauce on a pizza with barbecue sauce. I mean, I'm okay with like a drizzle or some flavoring or buffalo drizzle pizzas, but yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't need to justify it. I don't agree with it. Ooh, battle time. So every 30 minutes we have a Stream Raiders battle here. And looks like we should have enough help here to handle this one. Alan with all the kills and the assists. Entropy with the rewards. Grats. Go on to the next map here. Alright. Back to cutting apples. If you guys would like to join, there's a link in the chat there. Thank you. It's Pixel Chat, which used to make a lot of apps for Mixer, is now quickly switched over, even though Twitch has got some bigger players in the same area. Let's get these going just as they are. I have my other pot available. Where the heck is that at? Huh. We'll just use cast iron then. Stay out of the second mic there. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Or is it just velvet thick enough? Nice. Pizza sounds good too. Neighbors making noise? What was that? Add a little bit of sugar. And a pinch of salt. Wash my hands and then touch my face there. Not the best. This guy's got a hole. You got a probably got a little worm in here. We'll see. Like I said, these came out of my backyard. It's not like they're commercial or something. Oh yeah, we definitely got some. We got 2 holes in this. Let's just see if this is worth our time. And no. This guy's got a little cut at the top of him too. That can be bad too. Every little, I mean, you have to look for like every little blemish when you got your own apple trees. At least that's my experience with the 5 or so small ones back behind the house here. They've gotten a lot better now that they're fully established and off the ground. Should have turned the ice maker off before the stream started. one's gone. I'm doing more apples than I'll need for this quesadilla. But, I mean, I don't think I'm going to even have to deal with this guy either. But I grabbed all those this morning. Just on a whim. Or birds will get them otherwise. Sweating today. Okay, we got our apples going. We got that. We're going to be doing caramelized apples with a little white chocolate. I was doing white chocolate on Wednesday. Wednesday was National White Chocolate Day. Today is National Quesadilla Day. Sort of following the national days this month, although it's not really my thing. There are a couple of food and drink streamers that do just, or at least I've seen at least one. I don't know if they're still doing stuff or that just does national food holidays. I mean, there's like 2 or 3 for every day. Pull our steak out. As I was saying before, this has been sous vide, so this has been cooked, but it's been cooked at 130 degrees Fahrenheit, so it should be 100% medium well right now, or rather medium rare. And it's been ice bath and then refrigerated overnight, and I'll sear it here in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna let it come up to room temp. It's still got all the marinade in with it. I'll let that chill over here. I have a bunch of cheese to grate. We have a Monterey Jack for our Jack and steak queso. get the color we want, and then we'll add some more water in there to make sure they're cooked through. They're pretty much there now though. Not bad. I think it's the first time I've tried their Monterey Jack. Could be sharper. It's not bad though. Just perhaps a little mild for my taste. Got those going there. Me trying to spill water all over myself while drinking. Another 12 minutes to our next battle. That up there, that up there, that up there. Take a look at our tortilla dough here. Tortilla dough, rather. That's looking nice and happy there. And we're just gonna make some big guys here. I think I'm gonna cut this into 3. I think. Yeah, that's a good plan there. Gonna roll it here a little bit. Get a little more even. Just ball these up. So this one doesn't want to ball up. Still doesn't want to ball up. Okay, I got the heat on those guys. Just let them hang out there. Relax. Getting large enough here that I'm worried that my cast iron isn't large enough. I might be able to do in that pan now, but it's not like flat. Huh. Definitely getting too large for my cast iron here. That'll be number 1 here. I think this is actually going to be the smallest one. Be right back while that pan heats up. Again, wishing I had a can of spray oil. It's about the only time that I'm really wanting a can of spray oil, though, is when I'm doing tortillas lately. So let's do some sunflower oil in there. We're doing tortillas. Let's do lard. This is on the thicker side of tortillas that I've made. We'll see how this turns out. Got that on a decent heat there. Ooh, battle time. Finish up this one here first, and then yeah, we got third cam on yet. Let's go to that. Battle. Victory. Congrats, entropy. Let's take the hard route. Let's see what we got going here. Ooh, nice. Nice. This is on the thicker side of any tortilla I have ever made, so. This guy's a little bit closer, but he's still thicker than some tortillas I've made. Awesome. I think we're going to wait with them there. Worried about the edges here. The center of this seems to be fine. The edges here are still working. That's looking slightly under right there to me. All around the edge, actually. So while there's some color there, it's not finished cooking. It's going to have to go back in there to become a quesadilla. So, let's pull it for now. Because that's starting to get toasty on that side. gonna be one of those nights where the sun's coming in the door, so we're getting everything on fire or turning white on my counter here. Another hour or so here, I'll be getting dark. I don't know if it'll be quite dark by then. Go. Turn that down just a slight touch there for our last one. You can see how nice and chilly it is here by the fact that the cheese I shredded is melting. It's not that hot out today. I think it was only like high 70s, maybe 80. Flour back away. I just realized I don't have any music on. Why didn't you guys tell me I don't have any music on? This side of my pan always heats up faster, so I was rotating it so now the hot side's on the cold side there. Third one, of course, always looking the best of the bunch. Close the bedroom door here. Gonna get things smoky here for this steak. So again, this should be considered completely cooked, even though it's looking more gray and nasty at the moment. I need to get this out of the pan. Nice. But that has been cooked to 130 degrees Celsius, or 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Give that a good dry off here. Get the flour off my hands. It's always a fun project. I wonder if Donut King just like ever gets flour off of his hands, or if he just lives with flour coated fingers. Layer of salt on the surface here. And you guys are on the right camera. Sadly, as high as my pan goes here. I wish I could get that even hotter. Starting to get a little bit of nice color though. We're going to call it after this one here gets another 30 seconds or so. heat on that bad boy. Come over here to the cutting board. Let this guy rest for a minute here. Switch the mics up so you don't get all the fan noise. Wish I could give you guys like all the sounds of the kitchen, but without the fans. It's really my intent. So this is a flat iron steak, so we don't have to be too careful. About cutting it. It's not a flank steak. At the same time, you never really want to cut with the grain. I mean, you don't want to give yourself a piece of shoe leather. But it's going this way on this, so not that hard to figure out. Still want to give that another moment to rest and carry over. Yum, 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 yum. Good flavor on that steak. Nice. So we got just about perfect there with steak. I'm loving the look of this. Gonna have to take a photo with that. So let's see, we'll do one more slice for first quesadilla here. Leave us another bunch here for our second quesadilla, and me even a small hunk here for, say, lunch. Throw that with a little bit of that rye bread I still got kicking around from doing cheeseburgers or patty melt. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. $5.39. It's only an hour. Killing it tonight. I'm just going through every day tonight. Let's get rid of this flour. Alright, let's season our apples here. Maybe, see if we, I think we'll be okay. Just going with them as they are. Almost grabbed the cumin. Going for the cinnamon here. Don't want cumin. Give a healthy pinch of cinnamon there. Actually going to do a couple of, you guys may find this strange, but a few grinds of black pepper. And finally, we'll do some nutmeg. Take this back over to the stove. And just real quickly, just a little bit of water and a bit more sugar. I put the sugar away. I did. Now, why would I do a thing like that? We'll do steak and jack first here. Throw one of these bad boys back in here. Turn the heat on this pan again, rather. These are thick boys for tortillas. These are probably the thickest. No, these are definitely the thickest tortillas I've ever made. I'm gonna wait till the last minute, put that steak on there. I don't want to cook that anymore. I want that just like that. Making messes. Worried we're probably getting too hot here. We doing okay? We're doing okay. Worried about that thick tortilla burning on bottom and not transferring heat through it fast enough to melt all that cheese. Sort of wishing I had a nice cover for it right now. We're starting to get there though. We're starting to get a little melty. I think we're there. Add all of our steak in there. Grab a quick photo. Ooh, we got another battle here. Nice. I think we'll call that there. Do our battle. All sorts of help. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Ice Tech. Allen just running away with the kills and assists again. I'm trying to keep up with him, but make 3. Grats entropy. Ooh, gold chest. Probably our last battle of the night here. Yeah, sorry for that. Ooh, yeah. That's looking yummy to me. Oh, yeah. So that's our first steak and jack, which will be for my dinner tonight. The other one will be for lunch or dinner tomorrow. We got a little hunk of steak left over for lunch or dinner tomorrow as well here. So we'll start with this guy in the pan for our second steak. Welcome to Date Night In. Hopefully you're having a lovely evening here. Ooh, thank you. Appreciate the bits. We got some rather thick tortilla quesadillas going on here tonight. I'm working on my second flat iron steak and jack quesadilla. I sous vide this last night to 130 degrees and then ice bathed it and then refrigerated it overnight. Seared it here in the stream just to warm it back up and get some nice color on the outside. It was also marinated in a little red wine vinegar, a little soy sauce, little olive oil, and a couple shakes of Worcestershire. Ooh, these are your emotes. Ah, nice. A Yoda fan. Or a Mandalorian fan. Turn this heat back down on this guy a little bit. So we got the steak ones for our savory ones, and then we've got for our other ones, we have some caramelized apples. I picked a whole bunch of apples out of my yard earlier today. Got a whole bunch of tomatoes here too that I have no idea what I'm going to do with. But we're going to do caramelized apples, and I have some white chocolate left over from White Chocolate Day on Wednesday. So we'll turn that into our dessert quesadilla. And I think we're ready for our meat here on our second one. So I'll give this a quick chop. Swap. Swap mics again. Sorry that was out for a moment there. Let's see what we got here. I think we're okay. Nice. Wood's better on the ears. I need to buy myself some like wooden tongs because working with mics, metal on metal is just not friendly. There we go. There we go with that. I don't know why I have the third cam off. But there you go. So there we have our quesadilla for tomorrow. And last, let's do our dessert quesadilla here. So these are cinnamon apples with slices, sugar, and little salt, and all that good stuff. I'm going to put all of them in there. I was originally intending to make more than I needed. But we're just going to put them all in there. Howdy, Trigger. How you doing this evening? What's new? We got some flat iron steak and jack quesadillas, and we got a caramelized apple and white chocolate quesadilla going on the stove. Just about done here, just about wrapping up, which gives me an idea here. I should be refreshing my stuff here to be refresh out there tonight. Be refresh here, be refresh out there tonight here. Sorry. Why that's on, or I don't know, or why it decided to start doing audio as soon as I started playing with it. Let's see how we're doing here. Yeah. Lost a couple pieces of apple there. Oopsies. Kill the heat on the pan here. Kill the third cam. Yeah, I think that's gonna be just right with that That's looking yummy, 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 yummy. I think that's going to be delicious. I'm happy with that. All right. I did sous vide the steak. I did 130 degrees Celsius for about an hour, and then I ice bathed it, refrigerated it overnight, and then seared it off today during the stream. 130 Fahrenheit. I think it's 54, something like that Celsius. 53, 54, somewhere in there. Pretty happy with some quesadillas tonight. I think this is going to be some good eat. Let's see how much time we got here on our... We got another 18 minutes on our battle. I think I'm going to finish that up off stream tonight. I will be back here on Sunday. Sunday I'm going to be doing, as I hyped up on Wednesday, I was going to be doing today. I'm actually going to be doing Sunday. Going to be doing milk chocolate braised chicken. I think a sort of combination of milk braised chicken with mole like look going to it. I'm going to do a bunch of chili with our chocolate, and the milk is going to do great for the chicken. The also going to be doing noodles, which I don't know if it's going to count or was a part of it officially or not, but it'll be the very beginning of Noodle Week. I'm going to be doing noodles for the next 4 streams, noodles or pasta in some form. There's going to be all sorts of people doing noodles and pasta the next couple of days. I'm going to be retweeting them out every day between the 28th and the 4th. So you guys can expect that here on Twitch. All sorts of noodles, all sorts of ramen, all sorts of pasta, all sorts of good stuff. I'm going to rate up Miss Molly here. She is having her subathon. I was hanging out in her room here yesterday. I hope you guys all give her a warm welcome. Not 100% sure what all they're doing, but there should be all sorts of celebrations. And like I said, I'll be back here on Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday every week. Thanks for joining me.